7 is a number that is a message of perseverance and patience. So perseverance and patience is that you ask for what you want, you put work in to what you want, but it can come, we each have the two versions, no, the higher frequency version or the lower frequency version. High frequency version, there is no resistance. So these readings don't necessarily, you're not going to be in the higher frequency and experience impatience. You're not, because in higher frequency, you are patient. So the lower frequency, which are what my readings are about, the resistance that we experience. So with the 7, it would be you put the work in, but the work is coming from a fearful place. When is it going to happen? Why has it not happened yet? What do I need to do to make this happen? But I'm still waiting. It's not here yet. When is it coming? It's like, what do I need to do? Who's going to bring it? It's what, when, who, where, how. It's all of the W, all of the questions, all worry about why this thing that you've put so much energy and effort into is not manifested yet. And that's the perseverance. You put the work in, but it comes with a lack of trust in the work that you're putting in, a lack of trust that you're going to attract what it is that you've sent out. And then the perseverance part of it is the perseverance I've done. The patience part of it is trusting that although you may not see anything in your physical world that lets you know that it's on its way, trust. 7, you don't get from the 7 of a lack of trust and attract high frequency in the 8s. It's impossible to attract because they're two different places, they're two different frequencies. You spend a lot of time in frustration. That is the feeling of the 7 energy. It spends a lot of time in a frustrated feeling, an irritated feeling. It spends a lot of its time in its head of when, where, how, who, what. Why is it not working? So the challenges of the number 7, which you will experience throughout life until you do the work for it, is to be able to work on that trust system. You're putting the work in. Are you following the work from an inspired place or a fearful place? I'll give you an example. Let's say you were looking for a job. So do you get up in the morning? This is just an example, okay? When I'm saying so do you, it's to everybody. So would you get up in the morning and be like, oh God, another day, I don't have a job. How am I going to get this job? This job is just, it's like nobody wants me. Let me go and look for a job. Let me go and just look for anything. See what's there. See who will accept me. And you get out of bed feeling miserable that this is what you have to do with your day, and you go onto the computer and you start looking for jobs, but you're looking for anything and everything because it doesn't matter what you get, because as long as you get something, you'll be happy that you have a job, and you're not trusting that anybody's going to send you back any information back to be able to get an interview. And if you do get an interview, you don't trust that you're going to be good enough to get the job, and whatever job you get, you don't trust that you're going to get enough money, and you don't trust that the people that you're going to work with will be amazing. So there's like this whole walking of, it's kind of like a it's kind of like walking through your day like that. It feels heavy, it feels frustrating, it feels like the worst thing ever. Or do you wake up in the morning, right, I'm ready. I know today is the day. I know what I've sent out. I know that my job is amazing. I know I'm earning the money that I'm worthy of, deserving of. I know that I'm working with amazing people. I know that they have good energy. It feels good. They're helpful. We're respectful. We laugh. We chat. I know that the job feels good. I know that The journey to work feels amazing. I get to sit on the bus and relax. I get to sit in the car and relax. Even when there's traffic, it's a little moment for me to just spend by myself. And I'm just so grateful for this job. I'm so grateful for the universe providing this job. I'm so grateful that I am attracting this job that feels so good to me. And I'm excited to get up this morning, and I'm excited to move towards this, because I know that this is such an amazing experience with this job that I have. You may not have the job at this moment, but it's not the point of whether you have it at the moment. The point is that you feel it with everything that you have. You enjoy the feeling of getting up and going to the job. You enjoy the feeling of having money at the end of the month and paying your bills. You enjoy the feeling of interacting with other people. It's not about I don't give up. I don't give up is a great motto. I don't give up. And I love to hear it. But if it's coming from a low frequency place, whether you give up or not, you're never going to achieve it. So it's like you're walking into a brick wall constantly. It will never feel good. I don't want you walking into a brick wall. I don't want you feeling frustrated because you're constantly walking into this brick wall. I am trying is saying, I do put energy into this, and I really want to be high frequency, but I keep going to low frequency, and I really want to do this, and I really want a job, but I'm not very good at it, and I keep moving into a lower frequency where I'm really worried about it, and I would like to stay in higher frequency though, but I'm not very good at it. And the word trying for me is like the number 4. It's a lack of trust in self. When we are trusting of ourselves, we know we're doing something. We're not trying something, we're doing something. There's a difference between doing and trying, though. A trying is like you're attempting something, but you don't know how good it is. I'm doing something is that you're making a conscious effort to put into this place, and you know that whatever it is that you're doing in this place, it's creating a change. The 7 is about trusting in what you're moving towards and trusting in what you're attracting. Another example is in lower frequency, you would say, I'm looking for a job. In higher frequency, you would say, I'm attracting a job. Say them to yourself, whoever it is that's looking for a job or attracting a job. Say them to yourself. And how does each one feel? I'm looking for a job. Sit in the energy of that. How does that feel? I'm attracting a job. How does that feel? Depending on how we speak about what we're moving towards, depends on how well we're attracting it. So the challenges for the 7 would be to trust in what's coming, to trust in what you're attracting. Yes, you may not see physical evidence of it. Again, you may not see physical evidence because you're not at it yet. You're on the 7, not the 8. The 8 is the manifestation, the harvest that you get to eat the fruit. But if you're on the 7 and you don't trust that the tree is going to produce the fruit, and you keep saying, but this tree's stupid, it's never going to give me the fruit I want, this tree's sick, it's not working, what's wrong with this tree? It's never going to produce the fruit for you. You're never going to feel good about the tree. You're never going to nurture that tree and put energy into it that nurtures the tree to bring the fruit. So it's about nurturing what it is that you're bringing into your world to be able to allow it to come into your world. For me, the 7, you go back to the 6. The 6 is the nurturing. I'll start from the 5 again, the gratitude, and then from the 5 with the gratitude, you then nurture what it is that you're putting gratitude into and what it is that you're attracting into your world. That brings you back to the 7. And instead of taking fearful action from the 7, which is what you tend to do if you're trying, move from inspired action. So you wake up in the morning and you don't necessarily have to get up to go and look for a job. But one part of the day or the next day or the next day, whenever it is, you feel an inspiration to go to the shop. And while you're at the shop, you talk to the shopkeeper and they're like, oh, what do you do? And you say, oh, I do this. And they're like, you know what? I need someone that does that. Or I know someone that needs someone that does that. And miraculously, all of a sudden, you have a job. Because that's inspired inspiration. That's not forcing things into place. that don't belong in that place. Do you get me? That's allowing the universe to bring it forward for you, which is always through flow. It's not through force. It's not through control. It's there already. The alignment is already there. The higher self already has what it is that you're walking towards. Everything that you've ever asked for is already there. The universe has already sorted it out. It's whether we're in alignment with it. It's not that the universe is not aligned. It's that we are not aligned. So it's about us bringing that our energy up to be in alignment with it. The universe is never going to come down to where we are. It's about us moving up to where it is.